Good day, everyone. This is Teacher Tess. Welcome to English Reading Starter 2 by EnglishReadingStarter2. Today's topic is related to art. This is Unit 30, and our topic is about watercolor painting. In the picture, you can see a watercolor painting. Now, let's read the passage and find out more about watercolor painting. I will read this first in a slow-paced mode. Then, you can join me in reading the passage again in a fast-paced mode. Let's start. Watercolor painting is done with water paints on paper. Watercolor painting is often used for children's activities. From long time ago, a lot of painters used watercolor painting for sketches, copies, or cartoons. How old is watercolor painting exactly? No one is sure, but some people say watercolor painting existed in European Middle Ages. Now, let's read the passage again in a fast-paced mode. Let's start. Watercolor painting is done with water paints on paper. Watercolor painting is often used for children's activities. From long time ago, a lot of painters used watercolor painting for sketches, copies, or cartoons. How old is watercolor painting exactly? No one is sure, but some people say watercolor painting existed in European Middle Ages. Now, let's have a quick review. It says here that watercolor painting or watercolor painting is done with water paints on paper, and it is often used for children's activities. And it says here also that long time ago a lot of painters used watercolor paintings for sketches, copies, or cartoons. And it also says here that no one is sure about how old is watercolor painting, but some people say watercolor painting existed in European Middle Ages. Well, students, please don't forget the important information of this passage. Now, let's have a short exercise. Here you're going to select T if you think the statement here is true about the passage, and false if you think that the statement here is wrong about the passage, okay? So let's do number 1. Watercolor painting is a kind of music. What is the answer? Very good. It is false, okay, or F. Now let's find out why this answer is true or no. Let's find out why this answer is false or F. Our answer here is F or false because watercolor painting is not a kind of music. This is a kind of art, like painting. So again, number 1 is F or false. Now let's answer number 2. Watercolor painting is done with oil paints. What is the answer? Very good. It is false. Our answer here is F or false because watercolor painting is done with water paints on paper. not with oil paints, okay? So this one is wrong, okay? Number 3. Watercolor painting is used by children. Very good. The answer here is T or true.
You can do it on your own.
The answer here is T or true because it says here watercolor painting is often used for children's, okay, or for children's activities. So again, number 3, the answer is T or true. Now, let's study the new words that we encountered in the passage. Here you can see the English words, and in this part you can see the Korean words. First word is watercolor, watercolor, or watercolor, or watercolor. Painting, painting. Paper, paper. Activity, activity. Sketch, sketch. Cartoon, cartoon. Exactly, exactly. Exist, exist. Now, let's study this one, a lot of. When we say a lot of, it means many or plenty. Now, let's use this word in a sentence. Do you have a lot of computer games? Again, do you have a lot of computer games? Next sentence, I have to drink a lot of water every day. I have to drink a lot of water every day. Well, very good, students. This is all for today, and I hope that you learned a lot this time. And please don't forget to review our lesson, watercolor painting, especially the important information of this passage, because next time I'm going to give you some exercises that are related to this. This is Teacher Tess again. Please join me next time as we explore this book together. Goodbye.